Are you and your boyfriend thinking of starting to take things seriously? Are you nervous to go into high school because of drugs and alcohol? Do you have a goal you want to pursue but you just keep failing and failing and failing and nothing seems to work? What's up, Massey Nines? My name is Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the 3 things I found most valuable in health class. Number 1, the consequences of becoming sexually active. So now or in the near future, you may have a boyfriend and you might be deciding whether or not you want to become more sexually active or start doing new things, but there is consequences that come along with choosing to do. And if you have goals for the future and plans, you may find that it's not the best idea to start becoming sexually active, because if you get pregnant or if you get an STI, it can affect your future. One example of the consequences that could happen is you could get pregnant, which won't exactly ruin your plans for the future, but they can alter them or postpone them a little bit. And another example is an STI, which if you're planning on having kids in the future, that can maybe not happen anymore. You can be prevented from getting pregnant if you get certain STIs. There are ways to prevent this from happening and still be sexually active, like condoms, contraceptives, patches, barrier methods, and other stuff. But this doesn't 100% prevent things from happening. There's still a chance it can happen. Probably one of the best ways and the most uncommon way to prevent pregnancies and sexual transmitted infections is to just be abstinent. So you have a 100% chance of not getting pregnant or getting an STI. My advice is, if you have big plans for the future and you don't really want anything ruining it, I would choose abstinence. Wait till you're older, you're with someone you trust, and you're ready to start a family. Second is handling peer pressure. So going into high school, you may be thinking about parties and having fun at parties, and usually sometimes that involves drugs and alcohol, which aren't legal at this age. So there are other ways you can have fun at parties. Let's just say you're at a party. Maybe your friend or maybe someone you know that is doing drugs or drinking, and they want you to try some, but you know that it's not good. You just don't really know how to tell them that you don't want to. Depending on how stubborn the person is, you may be able to joke and say, "Oh no, I don't drink," or "No, I had enough last night." But if they come back and ask again, you kind of have to show them that you mean what you're saying. Even though you're at a party, you may have to look them in the eyes and say, "Okay, I don't drink," or "I don't want to, I said no." If you consider this person close to you and they still won't take no for an answer and you're getting uncomfortable, there's nothing wrong with leaving the party, calling your mom, calling someone you trust, and you may have to decide that if this person doesn't seem to care about your well-being, then you probably shouldn't be friends with them. Number 3, smart goal setting. I guess I could say I know a lot about goal setting because I'm a competitive athlete and it's something that we do at the beginning of every season. There's a checklist that we kind of have to go through, and the first check is it reasonable? This would mean, for example, in math class, is it reasonable for your goal to be to get 100% on every single test you do that year? For most people, no. So you kind of want to choose a goal that is achievable for you personally. You also need to make sure that you have to work to achieve the goal. For example, if you usually score around an 80 on a math test, it's way too easy to just set a goal to achieve a 50% on every single math test, because obviously you're going to do it, so it's not really a goal. If you've chosen a good goal, then you're going to have to work to achieve this goal, and you always have to remember to be persistent. Even when you want to quit or you want to stop, you remember, I set this goal, I need to achieve this goal. So you work and you'll eventually achieve the goal. The last thing you want to make sure is that next time you're setting a goal, you want to make it significantly harder than your first goal was, so to make sure that you were improving and you're showing improvement, and you're working just even harder to achieve the next goal. Then the next one you'll set will be slightly harder, and so on. My last piece of advice is, It's your first year of high school. Make new friends. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Participate in your classes. Have fun, because you only have 4 years of high school and it goes by fast. That is all I have for you today. Thank you for paying attention to me, and peace out.